Hello everyone, welcome back to Roll. Yesterday we did a nice speedy one die challenge, and I don't know what we're going to do today. We're going to see what happens as we get through the first couple of shops. We'll see what things are presented to us first and go from there. Maybe we will get to the first shop, see what the first pair of passives are, and whatever those passives are, we will use them to our best ability to make some kind of run happen. So we'll let the game decide what strange passive we're going to build our run around. Do I want to add a reroll already? I suppose it's going to be a lot of rolls to get it immediately, but then it'll double 1/6 of our rolls if it appears immediately on one of the faces. Right, I'm going to build a die and we'll be right back. So we've stopped at 2,043 rolls. We have a 97 and a 46, which we can double to a 92 if we want to. Times 2, times 2, 3 times 1s, and another times 1 at the bottom. So that's what we're working with going into our next tier of shop. Probably going to skip on by this pretty swiftly, I imagine. Yeah, I mean we could throw a bunch of the 20s and stuff on one die, but I'm gonna not. There might be some missed opportunity there. But we get to this tier now. Here, not knowing what we're going for until we get the passives unlocked makes it harder to know what we should try to be investing in right now. I get 6 times double rerollers for the other die just because it's being presented to me. I'll look for a times 3 for that 97. I'll add a number to itself on that 46. And then I think we can pretty much head on to our next tier of shop. Get the first pair of passives and see what kind of run we're going to be building. Of course, we have to refresh before we can find out. Die quantity single face multipliers. Upon purchase, die quantity faces can be affected by multipliers which target a single face. Single face multipliers will no longer target any numerical values, only die quantity faces. Multipliers attached to a face can now additionally target die quantity faces. Okay, this is going to get weird. We're going to need die quantity faces specifically, but so long as we have a mix of numeric faces and die quantity faces, I think we can keep scoring. Let's just double check. Upon purchase, die quantity faces can be affected by multipliers which target a single face. Single face multipliers will no longer target any numerical values, only die quantity faces. Multipliers attached to a face can now additionally target die quantity faces. Alright, so we're going to pick that up. We should probably increase our current earning potential before doing that by sticking triples on here, setting all those numbers to be 97. And once that's done, we have better earning potential to generate the numbers that we want here. We pick up our passive, so we're looking for single face and multi-face multipliers. If we're looking for multi-face multipliers, we're going to want more dice. And if we want die quantity faces, rather, we want more dice for die quantity faces. So let's buy more dice. I'm not really intending to try and go for locks and breeding and all that stuff. It gets a bit tedious to keep trying to build that up, but I will get a right sum face working over here. So, single face multipliers, we can buy but they're not directly going to contribute to our scoring immediately. They won't target anything until we have die quantity multipliers for them to target. So we can buy them, they're just not going to do anything for a while, but I don't think we should be passing them up given the opportunity. Numbers less than 13 reroll twice. I don't think that's going to hurt us, especially if we're going to be buying a lot of dice. Then I'll pick up a left sum. Stick that there. Now we can move those around as we progress. There's a 40 times die quantity multiplier. We're going to want that. And we definitely don't want it on the same die as this one. Now the other question becomes, do we try and use weights to get the things that we want to appear more frequently? Because obviously there's bonus for not having weights down the line, and if we can get universal rerollers and glue, that's kind of about just as good, I think. So we'll hold off on weights for now. So we need more dice. So BOGO would be very welcome. Otherwise, I'm not super sure how I want to progress for balancing scoring versus purchasing so we don't fall behind. Now, only die quantity faces, blah blah blah, multipliers attached to a face can now additionally target die quantity faces. So a 4 times can target a dice times 40, I think. I will check that in the math as soon as I can. Let's hold off on the rest of this. We don't really have a good target for setting all die faces, do we? It'll be 76 up there, if anything. Right, we were just talking about glue. So we probably want to glue down the 40x that we have. Add for me another die. Then single face multipliers we can keep getting. Now, do I want to load all of these onto one die, so we definitely roll one at least once each turn, or distribute them about as evenly as possible? While we've got dice that are just all ones, I'll try and keep distributing fairly evenly. There is a BOGO. We'll grab that. Gives us a free 10x. We got some more glue. Buy the more expensive of the two glues first, in hopes that it will make the other one free, like that. I'll buy the basic die. And I'll pick up primes, get 300%, because our 97s are doing most of our lifting at the moment. And we'll pick up random lottery faces because we can. That makes a 2 times face multiplier face cheap. And we can basically keep doing this as long as we want on this tier of shop before we upgrade to the next tier of shop. Now, we probably want a void die or two in the bunch. And given the chance to move something, first of all, something doubled 48, doubles to 96. We'll settle that later if we can. Then we can put something on here. Question is what? I think I'm going to leave this alone for now. We'll take this 4x, put it there. But we'll probably change how that's working later on down the line. I don't want incrementers, because incrementers will create 99s that I don't want. We'll get more dice. Then I don't think multi-face multipliers really impact this at all. Die quantity faces can be affected by multipliers which target a single face. Single face multipliers no longer target any numerical values, only die quantity faces. Multipliers attached can target die quantity faces. So multi-face multipliers don't really factor in to the build, so I'm not going to purchase it, basically. If it cost 1, I might, but as we are, skip on by. We were going to set a die value over on that left side to 96. If we can subsequently build a run just by happenstance, then we will. Single face multiplier die seems exactly the kind of thing that we want here. Lottery failure reroll, I'll buy it just because it costs 1. It removes it from the pool and isn't going to have a negative impact on us. Six times reroll. I think I put that on the void die to give that a better chance of appearing. 18 is a bigger number than 1. Don't tell anyone else that secret though. That's just for you and me. 6 is also bigger than 1. That one you can share with folks. And we'll just spend what we have here. Alright, that'll do for that. Now, if we did want to make a run, we got 98, 97, 96. We would need 95 next. We don't have anything much closer to it, and 94 halved is going to be 47 times 2. Don't see any of those either. So we'll keep an eye out for anything that might work out for us. Die quantity boosters are going to be great. And we'll buy more dice. That was a big roll, so we'll spend what we can here. We'll get that up to 10. Stick this wherever we can. Set all of something. 79 here, I guess. 5x. Alright, that was a good run. 10x single face multiplier. I might just bump this one up on the voids to a 10x. No weights 100%. I'll grab these while they're available. Makes other stuff cheap and easy. Obviously, if we can get more BOGOs, we'd be very welcome to that. Now, the number closest to 50. We've got a couple of 48s. I think that's going to be too big because that makes 96. So we have 32, 40, and you advance on 40, 45. I'll make the 45 into a 90. There's a 92 up there as well. All single face multipliers will now target your 2 highest scoring numeric dice. Absolutely, we want that. Now, how much other stuff here is for sale? The 2 big weights I cannot, or the 2 weights I do not want to buy. If I buy this 71, it will make one of these 2 things free. I could stick the lock somewhere just to be rid of it. Now, if I buy no weights bonus, there's a 1 in 3 chance it makes double face multiplier free as well. We missed. That's fine. We'll take that as well. We don't want the weights though. And we have way more cash than we can possibly use. So let's take our upgrade. Then everything gets real expensive real fast, unfortunately. Right, I'm going to move this void die. No, I'm going to move this left arrow, or right arrow, on the left out a bit. Take a numeric 9. We can add a copy of something. What would we even add a copy of? I'm not sure really. Single face multiplier die, perhaps. +2 though. Thinking back to this mini run we were thinking about building. We got 97, 96. We haven't got a 95 yet. 94. 93. 92 can become 94. Then we can move that 90 off given the first opportunity. Keep buying more dice. Keep buying more passives. Why not? Stick a lottery somewhere. If I get a bunch more dice, we can kind of pick a corner and start building a lottery build within all of this build. Right, give me 10 more dice. Give me one of these. Give me the free stuff. Stop production. All die refresh adders will no longer add die or shop refreshes when they would. We don't have any of those kinds of things really, apart from on these guys there's a die adder at the bottom. But that's not really an integral part of the run, so sure. We'll grab scavenger as well. There must be something else we want to glue at the moment. You, absolutely. +5. On... Oh, I bought this. That does a huge amount of the lifting on the 97, 96, 95, 94 build mini run that we're looking at. So we'll let that do its thing. So anywhere else, doesn't really matter. 5 times previous roll value. Let's stick that on there. That's spent most of our funds on this roll. Do you need any multipliers? You can upgrade a 3 to a 5. Right, we were going to pull something off. So we've got 98, 97, 96. We want the 95 off of here. We will set that to all faces if we get an opportunity in a bit. Die breeders, we don't really need. Die position mover, we might as well move this arrow out further. Ten more dice. Set all die faces. There's your 95. So if we can find the run passives, we'll pick them up just because we can. There's a 93 there that I hadn't even noticed. That's going to be great. I'll try and remember that exists. If you roll 99 or more 99s, all other faces will become 99. Well, we're never going to roll 99, but I'll take it out of the pool. 50 times dice value. Stick that over there. No 99s reroll twice. Absolutely want that. I was about to say we don't have a passive reroll, but then it comes to you in an instant. Attached multipliers. Multipliers attached to a die face will now stack with single face, multi-face, and adjacency multipliers. We obviously want that as well. That's going to do a lot of work for us. We don't want the modified die because that has weights on it. If you have 1,000 dice, get a 10,000 point bonus. Well, currently we're looking at 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, plus 6 more is 72. So we're probably not getting up into the thousands anytime soon. Neither do we need factor 18 multiplier. Probably find somewhere of use for some glue, like that. Skip on by right here. 30 times die quantity. 4 times single face multiplier. Die with faces 94 through 99. What we will want to do is just buy anything that we can to cover over those 99s where possible. Just so that they don't break our passives for having 99s present. Plus 3 on something. We had 93 here. We've got any big 80s that need a bump? Nothing screaming at me. Non-standard multiples I will pick up just because it's not too expensive at the moment. Don't know exactly when it's going to become most in handy, but oh boy, we've way too much money. Means everything else is getting way too expensive. But we will buy the cheapest things in, or the most expensive things, trying to make cheap things free. If we can ever get a whole bunch of glue, we'll be very happy. Add a number to itself. Congratulations, 36. You're now 72. So what can we actually add these face multipliers to now then? Can I add it to this? No. But I can add it to that. Then the rest of this is much of a muchness. Now we are going to have probably a couple of Yahtzees present if just in all of the ones. And all of the ones becoming 11s won't hurt. Pick up triples bonus as well. A reroller die, sure. Set all die faces. We've got 97, 96, 95. We could take the 98, but I'll just do the 94 up there. Die rebate face? Sure, I'll throw you just anywhere. All quantities times 5. All die faces or passive abilities that gain value based on the total quantity of dice will instead use 5 times that amount. Absolutely. Die breeder adder? Sure. It's not going to do us any harm to have it working. The rest of this doesn't look like stuff we particularly need. No weights reroll in triplicate. Absolutely. We'll grab slot machine. That's going to make a wild free for us. That's nice. We should probably start doing something with this die just because it sits within the arrow lines. Modified die we skip. Comparatively, these are incredibly cheap at being in the millions, not the hundreds or billions. So we'll grab these and start sticking them around. There's probably better places for them, but given that these are between the arrows, I'll take them. Do we want to move anything else? I will take this void die and stick it up here between the arrows there. All numeric dice have the quantity of dice added to their roll result. This effect occurs before bonuses and after multipliers. Yep, that seems to be on brand with what's going on here. I'm not really sure where all of our score's coming from anymore. I'm just buying stuff as I see it, and I like it that way. 10x single face multiplier. Yes. We just need infinitely more glue. Right, reroll's now incredibly expensive. Add previous roll to rolls. Yes. Don't mind if I do. I will set a number. We have 97, 96, 94... 97, 96, 95, 94. 93 was somewhere. There it is. That joins the run. 10 times number of dice. 5 more dice. A die with numbers 1 through 99. A +6. A 16. 96. And that's just about all we need from here. We'll pick up this ×5 just because it's there. Right, apart from trying to build more dice, and obviously buying things like die quantity multipliers that we find, I'm not sure what else we're possibly hoping to find at this point. We had 95, 94, 93. We can't get 92 off of any of these dice. But I will steal this 90. And of course, we've been mentioning all the glue that we want. We must have 100 times or something somewhere. There's 50. Have I bought any 100 times faces yet? No? No? Alright then, 50 gets it. And we get a 30 for free. Now, the value of all numeric faces will be multiplied by 50. All non-numeric faces will have no effect or value, so that screws up all of our multi-face multiplier stuff that we've been working towards, so we're not going to grab that. But it's still very early in the run, and we still have quite a lot of rolls left. Previous roll multiplier ×10. In general, we stick one of these on the void. Wild adjacency bonus, passive hunter. I'll grab a passive hunter. For that bigger roll, I'll grab a wild adjacency bonus as well. Anything we want to move. Just trying to peek the numbers up behind the score there. Nothing really screaming out to me. I'll take this 45, we can double that into a 90, then look to get a 91 or a 92 or something. Now I must remember the die quantity multipliers can receive face multipliers as well. Die booster adder also seems like a great time. Try and remember to get that glued down at our nearest convenience. There's a 100x. I do love it when lots of the shopping is cheap. 5x more. Where was that 100x? Single set of a kind. 1,000 dice bonus again. Don't think we're going to reach 1,000. Time to move our arrows out. There's another 100x. Now I think at some point we could get something that takes our die quantity multipliers and makes them viral, and we'll just have more and more and more of them. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Immune total multipliers and adders. Upon purchase, total roll multipliers and all die and refresh adders are immune. We're not going to get any of that going. I'll take extra value for my primes though. And I will take 10 more dice. A die breeder, absolutely. Multi-face multiplier, sure, you can have a spot as well. 50 times numeric dice we definitely want. And a 2x can go over there on a 94, that does us no harm. And let's find somewhere for a die breeder to go. A +9. Stick it on the 70 there. 76, give or take. Top 3, I don't think we want on this occasion. Because we have so many die, we want more of them producing more of their own score, as it were. Glue for the 100x. And why not make that one a 10x, now that it's glued. Of course, it's re-rolling in triplicate because we have no weights triple re-roll. And there's 10 more dice. Ten times previous roll on something. Why not this guy? In case you couldn't tell, I am not here to min-max today. Right, first of all, die quantity multipliers, yes, increase those. Viral die quantity multipliers. Die quantity machine multipliers have a chance when rolled to replace any adjacent die face with a copy of itself. Additional die races will be 2 times as likely to spread to the value of all die races will be multiplied by 10. I think that's the end game here, isn't it? Because we don't have a great big die breeding system. How expensive is this thing? 34, okay. So at some point we'll probably lose our runs. But that'll be fine. Give me another 100 exa for that top left corner. Did something change, or did I just get one colossal payout? Oh, okay, no. Something changed. That happened way faster than I was expecting it to. And we are now earning way fewer points than I would like. Well, I guess we don't need that anymore. And basically, I think we've killed the run. Do we have non-standard multiples? Yes. So if we take a Yahtzee bonus at 52 trillion, which we're never going to get to, are we? So clearly we broke the run. The only other thing we could be doing is trying to buy more dice, but we can't afford those either. So the virus was apparently a terrible plan. I didn't think it would happen that quickly. I guess, in part, I had bought a lot of the die quantity multipliers and they were all over. So it wasn't just like one starting from a corner, it was a blanket of them just totally covering the game board. But now our earning rate is so slow we couldn't afford to buy anything if we wanted to. And the shop's not going to get any cheaper. Like right now, all of this stuff is stuff we can't afford. If we refresh, it doesn't that doesn't count. Does it all magically get cheaper? No. So we screwed the pooch a bit on that one. So with viruses, be very particular about when you deploy them. Don't just go, yeah, now we'll do, because then you'll end up just staring at a bunch of dice that aren't actually worth very much. And that's okay. It's a learning process. But it was going really well up to that point, wasn't it? But for now, that is going to be all. So learn from my mistakes, take that knowledge forward, and I think it's close enough to say Merry Christmas and all of that stuff. By the time you're seeing this, I think it's going to be like 2 days away, which is slightly terrifying. But there'll be some videos up and around the place as we go. I don't know if the schedule will be exactly as routine as normal, but we'll see about that when we get there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider hitting that like button or subscribing if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.